You're literally Captain No Fun.
3, 2, 1. Hi, team. We're here. With all 5 of us this week are here.
Oh, bonjour. That's not what they say in London.
Oh, bonjour.
Hello.
Hello, governor.
Cheers, love. Literally
Cheers,
Captain No
love.
Fun.
There will be no tracer.
Hi, team. We're here.
Tracers on this street.
Right. Okay. Okay, so we're here. I am Rob, and these are 4 women. Some of them are in America.
Dudes.
Some of them are in America. One is not. I'll let y'all guess which one. Welcome to this. Exactly, it's a mystery. That's the whole show this week. We're gonna determine which one of us is not in America.
I'll give you a clue. It's their first name.
Oh no!
I see what you did there.
So welcome to the first episode of Chapter 2 of Misscliks D&D Prophecy. Thanks for finding us wherever you did. If you missed any of Chapter 1, you can go catch it on youtube.com/Misscliks. Link down below to the YouTube channel. I am Rob. You can catch me on Twitter at IshtaraWins. Jess, who are you?
I'm Jess. I'm a dude. He's a dude. She's a dude. We're all dudes.
Dude.
And we're all here playing D&D. It's really awesome.
Dude.
I am Sildon on the internet. And I am also a Lizard and Crimson, the Tiefling monk on this show. And I've recently come into something that I'm very excited about, which, if you remember, is a very sassy woman trapped in a diamond. So, yeah, if you're confused, go watch YouTube. That's me.
That's a good suggestion. But not right now. Watch us right now. And like,
Well, yeah, not
fun, and then watch it later.
right now.
Yeah, let's be clear. Like, don't leave.
This person with this hair, who are you? How did you get here? Why are you on my show?
Hello, it's me. It's Britt Wiseman in real life, I think, and on the internet. And
But you don't look like Britt Wiseman.
I now have brown hair, and I am now in London, and I got new glasses. Those things all just happened kind of at the same time, not really on purpose.
See, if we were like your bank, we would make you verify, because that's like super sketch.
My bank did make me verify when I called them, and I was like, hey, let me put stuff on my card in London. It's me, I'm here. And they're like,
And they're like, no.
They were like, you have brown hair now. How will we know it's you? And I was like, how do you know I have brown hair? Last week I was gone.
But what's the name of your first pet? That's all they need to know.
Yeah. What's the name of your D&D character? It's Zisa, by the way. I'm a Dragonborn druid. Bringing it all back in, bringing it all around.
I'd high five you right now if I could, like, so hard. Yeah.
Yeah, my name is Zisa, and I'm a Dragonborn druid. And I was gone last week. Physically, me as myself, Britt, not Zisa's, but she was there. I went to the Final Fantasy Symphony in San Francisco, and it was amazing. But I'm sorry that I was gone. And while I was gone, I went into a fugue state and turned into a bear, and I have amnesia, so I don't really know what happened, but I'm gonna find out pretty soon. That's it. Who's next?
Tia.
Tia.
Hi, I am Laura Lania, also Tia, also Valen. I'm starting to lose track of all my personalities here, but we're gonna bring them all together. I play the Dark Elf Calithra. Sorry, not Valen, other character. Calithra, and yeah, that's it. I am not my character. Calithra's a bitch. I'm sorry. And I shitpost, and I love dank memes.
Dank memes. Dank memes. I am Naja Otigor, aka Trista Ray, and my eye has something in it, but I'm good now. And I'm the DM.
Yes.
And we are in chapter 2.
Woo! We did it.
Yeah, you got the feathers to the crone finally, and now you have the egg. And the task of chapter 2 is to get the egg to the Temple of Avant so that Avant can be reborn. It seems simple because it's like right there, but like we'll see what happens. There might be some issues on the way. Brief recap of chapter 1 for anybody that's new, either here or on YouTube. Hi, YouTube. I don't talk to you very often, but you're there. Hello. If you're just jumping in for chapter 2, which might be, chapter 1, we've got this plucky band of adventurers, and they have been tasked with making sure that a goddess of creation is reborn as she should be every millennia or so that the world doesn't spiral down into some frozen wasteland hellscape. It's been trending there recently. It's been getting colder and colder, and they seem to be trapped in this endless autumnal stage. They went to the Bond Breach Archive where the feathers were supposed to be. They've been removed. They went to go find them in the vaults of Dagum and found that they had been placed in this little fire construct boy, Belton-Oakley. And they were like, well, okay. I mean, I guess that's the feathers. And they took him all the way to the Dead Lagoon where the crone was. And she was like, the fuck is this? I have to get the feathers out of this thing, but there's like this water elemental that's messing up this whole lake area. Could you please go deal with that? And they were like, fine. And they went down there and they dealt with it and they came back. And she was like, cool, let me get the feathers out of this thing. You haven't been feeding it, have you? And they were like, no. But they had. And it kind of turned into a big fire elemental because of all the excess fire. But that's fine. They defeated that too because they are strong. And they got the egg, which is a fist-sized diamond that seems to be imbued with the personality of the crone. She has lots of things to say. And that's kind of a very brief recap of what we've done so far. But I don't want to spend a whole first hour on it. Let's be real.
She has plenty of things to say of varying degrees of actual importance.
True. But everything is important to her. And apparently Alizarin, who's like enamored with this new talking shiny.
Mm-hmm.
In our last episode, Zisa went into a fugue state, as we're going to call it, and kind of became a bear, not just in body, but in mind as well. Not but and. That's not how contractions.
Butt and mind.
Contractions, whatever. Yeah, she was a bear butt and a bear mind. That's basically what happened. And she went savage on everybody, but it was fine because they needed her to defeat all those elementals and other things that were blocking their path. And at the end of our last episode, they had come across a bunch of kobolds that were squabbling over this backpack on the ground. And they defeated them. And that's kind of where we left off. So let's go around real quick. Everybody talk about belief instinct and like any major changes that your character went through over the progress of episode 1. Starting with Rob.
I am also, because I didn't mention it the first go around, Elorian, the High Elf Arcane Trickster Rogue of the party. My belief is that I should steal from the rich and give to the poor whenever possible, and usually skim some off to the side for myself to keep. And my instinct is still to not trust the motives of my drow companion. I'm wanting to inject another kind of instinct, not necessarily for the purpose of gaining inspiration, but it may replace my current instinct eventually. But also I'm just going to be acting around the idea that Elorian, after this first kind of leg of the mission, after his several brushes with death, is now going to be trying harder to survive long enough in his life to avenge his parents' death. That's going to be more of a kind of thought in his mind, as is before this mission he's never really had to deal with as many situations where his life has literally been on the line so closely. He's kind of been able to navigate other situations with more ease. So, with these brushes with death in his recent past, he's going to make more of a conscious effort to make sure that he survives long enough to bring justice to the people that wronged his family.
Nice. And the elven city of Yellenor is going to come up soonish. If you look at the map, it's different.
Oh,
Find out why eventually.
I didn't realize that it was different.
Oh yeah, the map has been changed. Things are different now.
Wait, what?
Lauren is like, what have you done to my home?
What is that?
You'll find out eventually.
Oh no. Yeah, so
Alizarin-
chat, I have Roll20 up. Chat, I'm from Hylanor, where I'm pinging on the map down here. That's where my characters were originally from, the elven city of Hylanor. Which used to be completely surrounded by forest, but now it's like looks like Karazhan? Question mark. So we'll see.
I love this new map. This is so pretty.
Yeah, I mean, Roll20 is such a great tool.
It actually,
I like it.
it is actually. It's really awesome. Anyway, sorry.
Alizarin, belief, instinct, and any changes your character has gone through.
Sorry. Well, I think Alizarin has done some growing. She's a smart girl. She just isn't very savvy when it comes to the world outside of the temple that she grew up in. So she's starting to get a hang for how the world works now, I think. But she is a little bit nervous about going back to the temple, just because it's a huge responsibility and she doesn't handle responsibility too well. But yeah, I think she's coping okay, other than like being in love with a rock, but I guess we'll get into that. My instinct, I'm keeping the same because I think it's fun to play. Never pass up an opportunity to indulge in the material. And my belief is I have in my possession a thing of great beauty and the fate of the world. I will guard her with my life, even from my friends if necessary.
Ooh, snap.
Yeah, this is a big deal.
Britt Wiseman.
Yeah. So my character's changed a little bit, and I think that she has some different things going on than she originally did. So originally, my instinct was to sort of like satiate curiosity about people and places and leave no stone unturned in terms of clues for solving this problem. And then my belief was to help others, but not at the cost of my group, that had transitioned from just like helping others no matter what. And I think now it's sort of similar, but my instinct is different. My belief is similar. My instinct is now, I think, transform into some sort of animal at signs of danger. I tend to do that. So I think that's kind of my instinct at this point. I think it's been driven by the fact that I do well as an animal, but also that people tend to find me scary and don't like me as a dragon. So because my belief is to help and befriend others unless they're trying to murder us. Which has kind of happened over time where I've just like, if someone's trying to murder us, then I'm like, all right, they have to die. But I want to help people or befriend them.
Like the baby dragon.
Like the baby dragon.
That little shit.
That little shit. It's like, are you gonna kill us? Can you swear? He's just like, oh my god, you guys, we gotta kill this motherfucker. And he just fucking burps lightning. Kills Calithra. Anyway, yeah, so that's my instinct and my new belief for this sort of part of the journey.
Lovely. And then last but most certainly not least, Calithra.
Calithra is the most important. Come on now, the most self-centered, anyways. And goes along with that because my belief still pretty much is the same. Drows are indoctrined to grow up a certain way, is that everybody sucks except for her and her people, and that she is the chosen of Loth. While she still believes that spiders are a wholly destitute Tuloth, maybe a direct channel, now with the fact that Curiosity is up and running around and potentially causing more harm to Loth than good, is that anyone could be a double agent for Curiosity, and she must remain more alert than ever before, which means she's probably going to be an even more enjoyable companion than she's already been.
Yay!
Yay! When it comes to what Calithra has learned over the course of this journey, while she still sees Drow as the vastly superior people, she is starting to see that even while Drow may be the superior race, other races have certain things that she can latch onto and use. And so instead of just trying to kill everything around her, that maybe she could start building pieces of her own army slowly, but still hasn't really gained any moral compass or direction. Yeah, this
We wouldn't have her any other way.
little baby steps, you know?
Baby steps.
Baby
Nice.
steps. Yeah.
Okay, so when we open this episode, we do it from Zisa's point of view. Zisa kind of snaps out of this like red haze that she'd been in for some time, and you look down and there's like this mauled body of a kobold, and you're in bear form, which you don't remember turning into. And your companions are standing around. There's some other kobold bodies, and they seem to be looking at this bag, except for Alizarin, who has this like giant fucking diamond, and she's like, "Yes." Zisa, what do you do?
Ah! And I turned back into myself because I'm so weirded out. I think I'm just confused. I'm like, I don't know why these kobolds are dead. I know that my party probably killed them and that I probably tried to make friends with them. And I don't know what happened, but I gotta figure it out. So I turned back into myself, and I'm really sad that these kobolds are dead, because I really feel like we could have been friends with them, and I somehow sense that like no one gave that a chance, because I don't remember what happened. So I turn to the party and I just say, Bear, what happened to me? What happened to these kobolds? Why is everyone dead? Did you
Zisa,
guys
you're
try to-
talking again.
What is going on?
It was them or us.
We tried to make friends with them, but you were the only person that can speak Draconic, and they just kind of attacked. We couldn't communicate with them fast enough.
What happened though? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Why was I a bear?
I thought you just liked being a bear or something.
That girl does like some weird things.
I killed them?
Well, I mean, they attacked us, you know? It was... You don't remember...
Did you guys really try to be friends with them?
They just came at us. Like, we didn't even...
They came out of nowhere.
You were the only one that can talk to them, but you were a bear.
Where are we? Weren't we in were we in a dungeon? We had the eyeball, and
We escaped the dank
baby
lagoon.
dragon. There was the baby dragon, and he was bad. That little shit.
Yeah.
What happened?
We escaped from there, helped the crone turn the feathers into the egg, and
Don't touch it, but
which is a shiny diamond, by the way.
That's so pretty. Wait, where's Felton then? We went back and got in and saw the crone.
We
is he okay? Where is he?
we
we
released
saved
Felton.
him.
Dead.
actually,
He's dead.
Felton's spirit has been released, and he is now free.
And if I could, I'd kill him again. Now, can we please onward?
He's dead? Why is he dead? He was so sweet.
No, he wasn't. The child was a little manipulative shithead, and I'm glad he's dead.
he was trapped. He was trapped within a very evil body, and we managed to free him. and now he's free.
You obviously murdered him. He's clearly dead. I'm not an idiot, but I
crone-
appreciate your attempts at making me feel better about this. So I'm gonna just let it go.
The crone said we did what we had to do. The crone said that it had to be done to save the world.
She was
but
not a nice
after we took the feathers out.
She doesn't mean that. She doesn't
At
mean
this
that.
point, the like Alizarin starts talking to her rock, and only Alizarin can hear what the diamond is saying. But the crone is like, "Oh, hell no, she is not talking about."
I know,
me.
she
I'm
just-
not right here.
She doesn't understand. I'm trying to make her understand. I
Why
think
are you
she's all
talking to
got
that
like
egg?
crazy bear stuff going on. I'm not really sure. It's
Why is
fine.
she talking to this egg? Elizabeth, why are you talking to this egg?
It's the crone. Remember?
What?
Yeah.
The egg is the crone?
Alizarin, just
Say some shit about me.
Alizarin, just let Zisa touch it. Just let Zisa touch it, not hold
Oh,
it. Just
you can. That's not a good idea. Don't.
Well, tell the crone that I'm very sorry. And also, I'm so happy she's with us.
that was a quick change in attitude.
Just trying to make friends, man.
And Alizarin, you hear the crone go,
So, okay. So the crone is an egg, and we murdered Felton, but you guys are pretending that we freed him.
No,
And
his
I killed
Yes.
all of these things that attacked us because I was a bear.
Felton's
Yes.
spirit got freed and he hugged you before he left.
He's
Yeah, he
dead and he's
totally-
done to the abyss to be punished by Loth forever and ever. Now, can we please go onwards and continue with the rest of the saving the world? I mean, I'm sorry that you weren't with us because you were a bear. You're here now. We have more important things to do.
I mean, I feel like maybe I should stop and see a doctor and figure out why I'm having epileptic bear seizures, but I guess we don't have time for that, and we can just keep going.
I could
that's
commune
fine.
with Loth to
Let's
see if you
go.
have any
Let's
diseases.
Just go.
Other than being
there
a
a doctor in the
surface
house?
creature.
Anyway.
Hopefully, I don't turn into a bear and murder you next. I mean, I guess we just have to take that chance.
I kind of stare at you and my eye twitches a little, as in I've had enough. And like click my little pony or whatever, however we're walking, and just storm off Calithra fashion.
And as she walks away, I'm just like, I missed you guys.
I look at Zisa and I'm like, we really should get to the bottom of what that whole episode was about, but we do need to get moving as well. We need to find
It's
shelter
fine.
before
I mean, I
nighttime.
turned into a bear, and I guess I saved us, according to you guys. So I'm just gonna take all of that guilt about murdering people and letting Felton die, and just smush it, just smash it down, just deep down. I'm gonna take it and just trap it inside of me, save it for later. Let's keep going.
okay. So
Nice.
you leave the clearing?
No,
Okay.
I'd like to inspect the satchel before we leave.
Good job. I thought you guys were going to be like, well, all right, we killed them. Peace. Leave this.
No, Alorian doesn't forget.
Ilarion never forgets.
And Alorian never forgets.
True. So yeah, it's a satchel. It looks like a traveler's pack. Not terribly complicated. There's like 4 rations left in it. And there is a letter. This letter is addressed to, of all people, Alizarin Crimson. It is sealed with the seal of Avant.
Ooh.
Ooh, it's for me.
And there's
Are you-
no.
Can I have it?
Yeah, I give it to her. There's no like. Are there any tracks of any other person that don't match this tracks of the kobolds around?
Give me a perception check. And I will tell you. Why can I literally only see you saying hi, team? Oh, there it is. Okay. There are some tracks, in fact. Mostly it's the kobolds. They came from like a northerly area, and it seems like they stopped here, and you can see some tracks like they were pushing each other or squabbling or something. about where they came. You
So
can't see.
the tracks that don't match the kobolds tracks don't leave this area. They just come here and then they stop.
It looks as though the kobolds brought this pack with them.
Oh, okay, gotcha. And that was all that was in it, was the letter and the 4 rations.
There's like 5 silver left from whatever this person who originally had this pack was traveling with.
While Alizarin opens the letter to read it, I'd like to inspect the dead kobolds as well.
Okay, roll
And
investigation.
ask the Calithra to assist me.
Obviously, you can't do anything on your own, so of course I'll help you.
All right, you have advantage. Lovely. Yeah, you shake them down. They had. Let me look at these. Oh my goodness. Here we are. Kobold. You find they all had longbows and longswords. Nothing fancy or special about them, but they're there. And you find.
Can we change the scene, Rob?
We want to go to roll 20, sure.
Someone was saying they can't.
Oh, that's right. Sorry. Yeah, there we go.
Rob was like, I mean, if we have to.
I'm trying to write.
Want to see rolls?
I'm trying to write down what my loot is. Let me have nice things, chat.
You find 12 silver among all of the kobolds.
Okay. 12 silver and what were the what was it? Two bows and 4 swords? Oh.
6
Oh,
long bows and 6 long swords.
Oh, wow. Okay.
One. Yeah.
Jesus.
Is a lot.
Yeah, they all had their little weapons. All right.
We can each have like 5 swords now. It's pretty great.
No, but what does the letter say?
Yeah,
Wait.
listen.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Do you want someone to hold the egg for you while you read your letter?
Whoa. Hang on.
Don't give it to her.
Bad guys have a letter for me. What if this has some kind of like spell thing, like the stuff that you guys, that magic stuff you guys use on, like, I don't, what if it like,
I sadly do not have a detect magic.
Can you like
spell.
check?
We would have to wait for some time before I could do that for you. I believe that this is a wise idea.
What if it hurts the shiny? I don't trust it. I don't know. And I kind of like drop it on the ground and step away from it a little bit.
I reach over to it, and with a Arcana roll, can I see if there's any type of runes, anything like that would immediately, like a power word death maybe on it that might kill us all or something, you know?
Yeah, roll Arcana. You can see if
Okay.
you recognize any magical.
It's fine. It's a letter.
Sure.
Wax.
It's just a letter. It's fine. Like, here.
If you're sure, okay.
I swear upon Loth's 8 legs that it is nothing more than just a letter.
Oh wow. Oh, okay. All right. Fine. I'm appeased by this. And I very gingerly slice it open with one of my daggers and like shake the parchment out of the envelope onto the ground.
It is just a letter.
I figured it would, but Elizabeth's a little paranoid at the moment. So I see that it's a letter, and that there's no like monster in the fucking envelope, but I still like kick it open with my toe and then read it while it's still on the ground.
All right. It is a letter from Phi Murzak, which is the name you may recall from your letter at the beginning of the campaign. She is the High Priestess of Levant. And she writes to you saying, Alizarin, I pray that this letter reaches you in time. I hope that you are succeeding in your great quest, to acquire the egg of Avant and bring it back to the temple. This letter, if it makes it past enemy lines, is to let you know that we are under siege here at the temple. Zara's forces have come, and we're holding out as long as we can. I pray that you hurry, and that you're successful. And then signatures, etc., etc.
Okay, I pick it up at that point. I'm like, guys, it's my priestess. The temple is under attack.
And the diamond's like, ooh.
Ooh, yes, this is really bad. Oh God, we have to get there quickly. Like, even more quickly now.
How do we know this isn't a trap set by the enemy?
I don't.
Is that her handwriting? Are you certain
Looks
that
like
it's
her
her?
handwriting.
Is that her seal? Is that the same kind of paper that she normally writes on?
I don't normally get letters direct from the priestess.
Lizard's like, we're not cool like that.
This is not like a
We're
dumb
not like really good friends.
Like, we've worked together once, but
Like we didn't go to camp together. Like
I can't get you into her party. I'm sorry.
Can I mean, I know I've like seen her handwriting before,
Yeah.
probably. so
It for all intents and purposes, it looks the same.
okay.
Well,
I mean, it looks like it's hers. I can't tell you. I just don't know. But
do we want to consider summoning an army before we go? Or are we just going to go ourselves?
if
Does
that's
it-
a thing we can do, yeah.
Does the letter mention what they're under siege by?
Nizara's forces.
I do not know if just
Sorry.
simply the five of us going up a Lich Queen's forces on our own is going to be successful. We may consider asking for help from our homeland.
Yeah, I think we have to, but I think we have to do it carefully because Nazar's all over the place. I was afraid she was in that letter, for Christ's sake, for Avant's sake.
The letter says to proceed with haste, that they're under siege now. Gathering an army is probably something that we're not going to have time to do unless we hit up one of the cities unless we ask for assistance of one of the cities along the way. And she says the word assistance with an obvious distaste in her mouth. However, Zara cannot be left to lay siege, otherwise your goddess will not be reborn, and we're going to have problems.
I suggest the quickest way for us to find out more information would be for us to head to Prointh. The underground thieves guild is based there, and it spreads throughout the entire land and receives news from all cities throughout the land. And if we head there, then we can find out more information.
How far does your bird fly before it must be tethered back to you?
Not that far. It has to be in the same hex as me. We needed to head to a port city regardless.
I need to find a way to get word to my people. There is no way that they will not come and assist in the destruction of Kyriansali, the false goddess. Prointh is probably the best course of action. She says as under her breath as she possibly can, because you're never right about anything.
All right, so you guys like.
Does it look like... Okay, so you said the kobolds traveled in on feet?
Mhm.
On foot? Okay, so they probably didn't have any sort of mounts with them.
Zisa, you notice all of your like dwarf ponies are gone?
Does she though? Does she notice that?
Man,
I was gonna ask about that later, but I have gone through too much emotional trauma at the moment to find out that anyone else has fucking died at my hands.
Zisa is just in the back making like the
I'm
stinkest.
like, just like trying to like figure shit out. I'm just like, how could I have done this? What else did I do?
We should
Who
consider.
else have I hurt?
You're fine. I don't know why you must feel emotions for things that are dead. They're dead. They've gone to Lot's sweet embrace. We should consider going into Whitebridge before we head over to Prowins to find faster means of transportation. Time is of the essence. Do you agree?
That
Yes.
sounds fair to me.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Brilliant, brilliant, Calethra.
Let's go. Let's
She
do it.
cocks an eye like I know I'm brilliant, but thanks for saying it.
Lead
course,
on, fearless leader.
And I proceed to lead on because of course I'm the leader of this party.
Oh God.
I very much look forward to this because I'm hoping that when we get there, I can make some new friends to replace the ones that I accidentally murdered in my fugue state.
That's not serial killery at all.
We need to get you like a pet hamster or something to carry around.
Okay.
I guess
yeah.
it doesn't matter which hex we take.
Also, Zisa, it's like way colder than it was before you went under.
Okay, so things are getting like
It's like snowing. It's starting to snow pretty heavily.
things are getting intense.
I mean, we'll get to Whitebridge faster if we go. Well, maybe not.
The darker ones are like swampier, right?
I mean, it's
Yeah.
there are fewer hexes to get there, but we might have slower movement trying to get through the.
Yeah, and we'll get
Come up.
trench foot
So
because that's a core mechanic of D&D, as
so
we all know.
we need to we need to go avoid the.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Do it.
In that case, Calithra
okay.
wouldn't be leading because she knows nothing about terrain and surface. And
I
would
say
just be
lead on
"Let's
fearless
go in a
leader."
straight line."
I tell her let's go fearless leader, and I let her think that she's leading the party, but in fact I'm
That
unbeknownst to her, like guiding us in particular, like slowly guiding us in particular directions.
Can I get a D8 plus a D12?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
13, not a lucky number.
10. Yeah, so you travel southwest through the marsh. Like I said, it's cold. The what would have been soggy ground is kind of starting to get harder as it starts to frost over. And in the distance, you see a troop of armed men marching across the terrain.
In what direction?
They're headed to the west.
So to like Red Cross.
They're just headed west.
Hmm.
And they're kitted out like they plan to be traveling for some time.
Humans? Mixed races?
Human.
Human? They're not even worth.
And they're all wearing like matching tabards and they look super official. Marching.
If I send Whitney ahead to fly above, can I get a general idea of under what banner they're fighting for?
Yes. Give me a perception check for Whitney. I'm sure she can beat it, but
Well, 11.
that's good enough because
Okay.
it's not like they're hiding who they
Yeah.
are.
Right.
Whitney doesn't know insignia, but she sends you back a picture of the coat of arms of Whitebridge.
She Instagrams it.
She's like, I don't know who these are, but they got this like symbol all over. It's important.
She adds it to her Instagram story.
Okay, so I communicate that to the party that Whitney has informed me that the land army is heading west from Whitebridge, as they are native to that area.
Can we go talk to them? Do you think they'll be friends with us? Will they tell if there's more people to be friends with in Whitebridge?
I'm sure they'd be wanting to be friends with you and your stature and their armed nature says that they're headed off to war, but they seem to be headed in the opposite direction of where we need to go.
No, but what if they can help us? I guess we're in a rush.
Maybe they were heading west to deal with that ever-growing group of bandits that were plaguing the area.
I could find out from one of them, but your methods are much more palatable than mine. Perhaps you could go and approach them. Or if you'd like to get the answer quickly, let me talk to one of them.
How far ahead are they, Naja, actually, in realistic distance?
In real life.
They're not like across a canyon or anything, or like across the hex. Like you could like hail them from where you are. You could shout at them. They just haven't noticed you yet.
Okay. Is there any sort of cover around?
Yeah, there's like trees and like scrub brushes and stuff like that.
Okay.
For the time being, I take my cloak and I try to hide my drow features as much as possible.
I was just going to tell y'all to hide in general while I talk to them, since literally everybody but me looks like a freak to normal humans.
Yeah, I'm going to stealth, and haha, I am stealthy.
Yeah, give me some stealth.
I asked Britt if she wants to change into anything to assist me in case things don't go so well.
Yeah, I will. Let me see here.
Change into a pupper.
Yeah, maybe I'll turn into a dog. That seems normal enough. You don't want me to turn into your pet goat?
Well, it's like a giant goat, so that might be a little weird. They're like, why is this
that
abnormally large goat next to you?
I can turn into a regular goat, though.
Or just like a wolf.
not
If you
as
want to be a wolf or
powerful.
something, it's fine.
Oh, I could be. You're gonna have a wolf pet?
I would
mean-
suggest I say while I'm still in stealth.
Should she be a badger? Do you have a unicycle I could turn into a frog and roll over there with you?
Perhaps because they are a mobile army and need of supplies, you might not want to turn into an animal that they could consider for food.
Oh. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. I could be a crab. No, people eat crab. Let's see.
Just turn into an octopus on the middle of the
You
land.
could turn
Just be
into
like,
a pony.
"Bleh."
Just like on the ground.
Oh yeah, you could be a little.
I recommend something a little bit more feline and powerful.
I could turn into a tiger
Yes,
or a
swamp
crocodile
tiger.
and just walk over there with my stout little arms.
Me and my pet crocodile.
Our
I love
tigers,
crocodile's arms.
tigers are regal creatures of your surface. It would convey power and authority. I think this is a good idea.
All right.
Can it be
The
like
crone says, that girl is stupid as hell.
I can't hear her, so I'm so smart.
can it be a
Just an
white
aside to a
tiger?
lizard.
A white tiger?
Yeah.
Don't you think they're gonna kill me for my skin and my meat and like everything?
They could try, but
Or
you're a
they're gonna be
tiger,
afraid
so and
How
we're
many-
also right here behind
How
you.
many what can I perceive to be the number of troops in this particular marching party?
There's about 24.
Okay.
Okay. All right. You know, I
What's
think
your running speed as a tiger?
it's like very fast. Let me look.
Okay, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. If we need to run, I'll just go hide behind something in stealth, and you can just fucking run.
Yeah. My running speed
And then we'll blow them up.
is 40 feet.
Right. And then Calithra will turn from behind the tree, uncloak herself, and they will all run in fear.
All right. I'm gonna turn into a tiger right now. Whoosh.
Not because I'm ugly.
And then
Okay.
it was
So I tell them to hide in the brush. I walk up with Zisa in tiger form. I have no weapons drawn.
Okay.
walk over there like a tiger, like Raja.
And I attempt to hail and get the attention of whoever would seem to be either mounted and in charge or something like that. Whoever's in front or whoever's holding a banner.
They
or
hear
something.
you. The like captain like raises a hand to stop his troop, and he says, "Who goes there?"
I am Jorman from Red Cross.
Are you a traveler?
Yes, I was heading towards Right Bridge to fetch help.
Or
There are many bandits in the area around town.
Yes, we're patrolling this wilderness, trying to find their hideouts and exterminate them. It's quite a situation. You should be careful. Stay vigilant when you're on the road, citizen.
We passed another. I passed another traveler. My tiger companion and I came in contact with a cleric of from the vaults who mentioned that he had heard that their hideout, and I disclosed because the dwarf that we had run into told us what direction the hideout was in. Um, and so I disclosed the information to them
Okay.
to give them a general idea of where the main collection of said bandits were meeting at.
Okay, so he nods and he says, "Huh, that's some distance from Whitebridge. I can't imagine how they've spread this far this fast, but we appreciate the information, citizen."
Is there anything I can do to assist you otherwise?
Just remain vigilant. Be careful. They're growing and spreading in ways that don't quite make sense and seem somewhat unpredictable. So just be on your best guard.
I'm heading forward to Whitebridge regardless, to restock on traveling rations and the like. What is the state of the town?
So he looks at you and you notice like a couple of the soldiers behind him kind of look at each other and he says, "It's under control."
I would like to take at this point to manifest somewhere close by, appear out of the whatever stealth I've had, and be like, "Oh yes, you soldiers are ever so vigilant in your duties." And I stride up to Elizrin.
Yeah, some of them like put their hands on their swords when you just like appear. And they're like, they look at you, they look at Elorian, and they look at the freaking tiger, and now they're starting to ask some questions about what is going on.
And I just go, "Meow, meow."
I think
Flip over for tummy time.
I think, officer, that you and I find ourselves in a situation in which we can help you, and then you can help us. We happen to be on a most holy mission, I say, looking over for Elizrin to convince her to also come out of the shadows to show that, hey, you guys really suck at looking for people, soldiers. We can help you. And yeah.
Should I
Yes.
come out?
Yes.
Ah!
So some of them like actually draw their swords at this point. It's
If we wanted you to put you in any danger, officer, you would be dead. However, you can see that we're coming out unarmed, not attacking, and parlaying with you. Perhaps you could settle down your little boys and get them to act like men for just a moment.
He sighs and orders his men to stand down.
I look at him and I say, "Now you see why I was asking him to hide."
He doesn't respond to that, and he says, "What do you mean a holy mission?"
That is for the details of this one to denounce to you if she chooses. However, we find ourselves in need of a mobile army. I present to you this. We help you deal with your situation in a most efficient manner, and you lend your skills to us, which you will be thusly rewarded for. Persuasion.
Yeah, persuade.
I'd like to use a luck point on this if I am not so.
I do point out when she says that to mention that she is royalty of the Underdark and has access to many.
I am wearing my
worldly
fancy clothes,
funds.
by the way. I'm full.
Trying to build her
Yeah.
up to give her advantage.
I mean, she's not in the chain of command, so it'll be difficult.
Yeah,
for her to
it's-
just, like hijack some random army squadron.
Well, I'll add in like, oh, okay.
Okay, I'm definitely using my luck roll because on that. So down to one lucky, and come on, by the 8 legs of Loth, we actually need an army, so that's good-ish.
He looks like he wants to help you, but like I said, you are not his superior officer in any way, shape, or form. You're not even the same species.
I see your hesitation.
Kind of like, ma'am, I understand that you require some help, and you can give my name to the headquarters in Whitebridge, and they can render you whatever assistance they might be able to, given the situation. But I cannot abandon my duties here.
I need a moment because I'm deciding whether or not to kill him, and then as I asked his next in command to be like, so, and the whole speech all over again.
While she's doing this, I just start like rubbing my head on his leg.
He kind of like inches away a bit.
She's fine. It's
and
fine.
he like gives Elorian a look like, bro, control your tiger dog.
I'm like, come here, Cisa. Come on. Come here.
Charm person only lasts for an hour as well. That's not gonna do. Actually,
so sir, what is this duty that you do?
He looks at you and he says, I'm a captain of the guard of Whitebridge.
Oh yes, that's very brave and very noble, but I don't know if you've noticed. I'm sure you have. The snow is starting to fall. The world is, frankly, ending. I'm not good with words. The world is ending. It's very bad. And I will simply say that if you help us now, you can help save the world. And that's pretty cool, right?
He kind of looks at you, and you guys may recall that the humans are the climate change deniers of this setting.
Yeah.
And he kind of says, I hadn't given any credence to the rumors of whatever, the end of the world or what have you. I thought those were ramblings of madmen, but he kind of looks up at the snow falling from the sky in the swamp, and he's like, things have been off kilter lately.
Yes.
You say you're trying to deal with this in some fashion?
We are on a mission of great importance, and the people who can stop this from happening are in dire need of an army.
Can I just kind of, as the exchange is going on, just kind of slowly start moving off to the side, maybe slightly behind Elorian as I get ready to cast a spell?
Sure.
I literally have the diamond behind my back.
Okay.
I couldn't tell, but
yeah, he has that like, oh shucks face.
oh shucks.
He's like, I understand that you need help, but I don't have the authority to render it to you.
If we come with you to help you accomplish your mission and then follow you back to Whitebridge, do you think that we could speak with your commander to plead our case?
Are you actually charming him, Calithora?
That's
looking at how it works.
I was originally just clicking it, but yes, my plan is if this conversation does not go the way that I want it to, I'm going to make it go the way that I want to.
Fair. He says, my mission is just to patrol this area of the outskirts of Whitebridge, and I can't desert my post. But if you give my name, I'm Officer Garrett. If you give my name at Whitebridge at the barracks, my word is good. Someone should be able to help you.
Who is your second in command?
He points to a woman standing just behind him in armor.
Good.
And he says that is Officer. Oh, those are terrible names. Not that.
I only ask since we are going to give your name to one of your chief in command, that perhaps knowing more than one name might be of assistance. I say as charmingly as I possibly can.
Yes. This is Officer Marmaduke.
Marmaduke. Marmaduke.
Y'all, if you could see the list that I rejected.
That was the best one.
I'm really glad you chose that one. Excellent. Now, charm person is vocal and somatic, so he's gonna know.
Oh yeah, when it wears off, he's gonna be super pissed.
Oh, no, don't worry. I've got that. Can I? Okay, so I'd like to cast the spell as non-intrusively as I can, because I also have an entire army of people looking at me right now. So, could you distract him for a minute, Orion? I know you don't trust me, but geez, just this once by Lot's 8 legs, I'm gonna get us an army.
I would like, point of order, I would just like to let you know that you will get an army for literally an hour.
This is my plan, and just so everybody knows where Calithra's really messed up brain is something. She's going to charm this officer, say, hey, we need to talk for a couple of minutes. I'm going to get him to write a letter saying that I need, for that in that hour, write a letter, say, I give full command over to these Avengers of Avant, or whatever we're going to call ourselves. And then I'm going to either kill him and then use my disguise self, whatever, to replicate that letter and give it to the second in command and make haste and say, oh, suddenly I have to go somewhere, and take one of the horses and ride off. And to everybody's knowledge, the commander is going to give the second in command the directions to help us, but after that he's going to disappear. Nobody's going to know he's dead. That's where I'm going with all of this.
Okay.
So I need an army, and so we're just going through the motions, and hopefully that he doesn't make a good spell save DC, because then we're fucked. But we're kind of pressed for time.
As Clither's behind me, I kind of like tell Whitney to fly down and start like being like the center of attention right in front of them. Like, not being aggressive, but being like, look at me, I'm a fabulous fucking Faybird.
She lands on Zeus's tummy and begins doing this, like, owl wing dance.
Yeah. And she's massaging, she's making biscuits with her hands onto Zeus's
There's, like,
belly.
this abrupt, like, circus performance in front of them, and they're like, what is this day that I have?
I start playing.
Yeah. With Calithra behind me, I'm like, this is only 24 people. This is not going to make or break our situation at the temple.
We can send them to get more. We need something, and we can, instead of actually having to help them.
If this goes wrong, we're literally dead.
I can hear this conversation with my amazing cat ears.
Yes.
And I carefully push Whitney Houston off of my tum, and I get up and I walk over and I just put my head down and I just start pushing away from the army. And I push her over, and then I pick her up with my mouth at the back of her clothes, and I just pick her up and I start walking away with her. And I just turn around and I'm like,
I eventually get the point after I'm like shoved around and be like, okay, fine.
Let's kind of fade out on Calithra's like deep exasperation with this like tiger hand and take our first break.
Okay, cool. All right, team.
12 people is better than no people.
We're gonna go to our first break of the evening. We'll be back super duper quick, and thanks for hanging out. Go get food and drink, and we'll be right back ASAP. Thanks.
Why won't you let me kill him?